Well, welcome to our second episode of TGIM TV. I'm standing here in front of the iconic lighthouse in Wollongong, because Wollongong is a beautiful region and over 4 million people every year come to this city to see this beautiful place. But I wanted to film in front of the lighthouse today because we all know that lighthouses, their purpose is to help ships navigate through troubled waters. And my guest today, she epitomizes this. Her life has gone through many difficult times, many challenges, but she has managed to navigate her life to success. So Lisa, people know you as hardworking, purpose-driven, so how do you relax?
Relaxing's really hard for me, but I have learnt that I have to do it, otherwise the fuel runs out and I can't do everything that I want. So if I'm relaxing, you'll find me on my adult scooter that I bought the other weekend. So I'll be scootering around the streets of my home, patting a miniature schnauzer puppy, building Lego with the boys, drinking nice wine, eating nice food. Yeah, that to me is like, I can switch off. Or watching, you know, a show like Tiger King or something that's completely mind-numbing but strangely compelling. Yeah, that's me, relaxing.
Right. So Lisa, you've experienced success, but I want to roll it back a little, and I wonder what 18-year-old Lisa was thinking back in her day about her future and what success might be.
When I think about my 18-year-old self, the picture I have in my head is crimped hair and braces. So it wasn't pretty to look at, but inside my head, I think I had very traditional views of what success would look like. And I don't think that's unusual. You know, we're fed a lot of information by society and we observe what's going on around us. So for me, it was going to university and becoming a journalist and then finding a good job and probably finding someone to marry and buy a house and have kids, you know, really focused on ticking those boxes because I'm such a good girl and that's what good girls do. So yeah, my head was very much in a traditional success place at the age of 18.
So Lisa, one of the myths of successful people is that they've just arrived and they didn't have to navigate the difficult things that come along the way. Now I know for you, and you've written it in your book, you had some really significant times that you thought you are done. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
You're absolutely right, Paul. It staggers me how many people think that good things and success, whatever that is for you and I and others, just appears, and it doesn't. And sometimes the most successful moments come from the most difficult of circumstances. And for me, that was 7 years ago when I found myself unexpectedly facing a reality of being a single parent. I had a 3-year-old, my other son had just been born, he was a preemie in the NICU at Wollongong Hospital, and my partner at the time, their dad, left. He just couldn't cope, didn't want to be a part of it. And I also had no job. I resigned because I thought I was going to enjoy some maternity leave, and that never eventuated. I'm still waiting for that maternity leave, but it was the darkest time in my life. I was grappling with a major operation that I'd had, keeping a baby alive, wondering how I was going to pay for things. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my mum and dad because I was so embarrassed. You know, being a single parent was not spoken about as freely as it is now. So I felt like I'd failed. And for someone that has always been so externally referenced and sought to do good and be recognised as doing good, to face what in the eyes of society, or my view of the eyes of society, was a complete failure, was really just hitting the depths of despair. It was terrible. Even now thinking about it, you know, it makes me emotional. It was a long time ago. But yeah, to go from that difficult time and move yourself forward. I look back now and sometimes I even wonder how I managed to do it, but there's nothing like 2 little kids, you know, to look after to give you that kick that you need.
Yeah, wow. Well, Lisa, I want to thank you for that. That's a pretty powerful story. I'm really interested to know, what are the keys that you think, looking back now, because you probably didn't know it at the time, but looking back, that really enabled you to get up out of that situation and move towards some of the success that you see today?
There is so much clarity in hindsight, and you're right, I didn't quite realise what was going on at the time because I was just so in the moment and so focused on, putting one foot in front of the other. But for me, there's definitely two things. The first one is that I just refused to accept that this was my reality. I've thought a lot about, why am I here? Why am I on this earth? What is my life purpose? And even in those darkest moments, I was so clear that I was not going to just get through life and, plod along, that I had gifts and I had a message that I wanted to share. So that was an absolute driving force. The second thing was this just steely determination, which I actually didn't even know I had. And I'm sure you'll understand what I mean when I say sometimes the biggest challenges in your life just strip back everything that you think you are and emerges this person and these characteristics that you didn't even know you had. And I'm so grateful for that. So I was determined from a professional perspective to show that, despite what had happened, I still had my brain and I still had an ability to do great work and attract great people to work with me. I was determined for my kids. I wanted them to grow up with a parent that they could see had that determination and that work ethic to do good, and that success doesn't come without hard work. And also there was a part of me that was, I guess, maybe unconsciously wanting to show that being a single parent didn't mean that you spent your life on benefits, that you had to give up the dreams you had as your 18-year-old self, that you couldn't go on and do everything that you thought you would and then some, that actually it could be the making of you rather than the thing that destroyed you.
So Lisa, you personally have won multiple awards, including the Illawarra Businesswoman of the Year.
The Illawarra Women in Business Businesswoman of the Year is Lisa Burling.
But also your company, your PR company, LBPR, also has won national awards, I believe. So that's great success. So my question is that it? Have you found it? Is this what success is? It's met all your expectations and you can say, my life is now full?
Well, when I started the business and was working out what would make me happy and the goals and make me feel successful, it was 100% driven by external validation and recognition. So awards were really important. And I'm incredibly proud of what I have achieved, and no one's an island. I've had people to support me along the way, what my business has achieved. But I think where I am now, I've come to a point where I realise success is not a destination, it's actually a journey. And the older I get, and perhaps a little bit wiser that I get, success is less about the tangible things and it's about a feeling. And so if I can lay my head on the pillow at night and I've been a good mum and I've done the best by my clients and my team is happy and I've spent time with my parents, and that to me is success. It's that feeling of just wholeness that you only get through having been through tough times and working out who you are. And I'm getting married next year. I never thought that would happen. So to have that sort of stability and self-assuredness and be proud of who I am without feeling like I'm being big-headed, that's success. And I hope that that's something that will continue, until the day I die.
So Lisa, you have relaunched your book. It was formerly Dream a Little Dream. It's got a new title. Is it much different than the last book? What's it all about?
So this is really exciting, and this is, I guess, a great example of hard work leading to something amazing. I always wanted to be a published author, and my original book was in Dymocks in Wollongong and got picked up by someone at New Holland, which is a big publisher in Australia and overseas. So they took my book on, worked with me to add in new information, expand it, bring it up to date with where I am now, obviously changed the title completely, and Gumption was actually the subtitle of my original book. And the reason gumption was important is it's elbow grease. it's hard work, which is exactly what we've been talking about. And it always reminds me of my grandfather, my mum's dad, by the pool with the gumption, cleaning it. It's truly like just getting in and getting it done. So this book is available all over Australia. I'm so proud of it, and hopefully it means that it's going to land in the hands of people who aren't family and friends or know me. The message is going to go far and wide about how little dreams and working hard can give you a life that you love.
I love it, Lisa. Now, this today has been amazing. Your story is incredible. So I feel like you're a part of our tribe. You've become part of the Thank God It's Monday team. And of course, we give our red glasses out for people who see life with a different perspective. You're absolutely one of them. So there's yours. You can.
This is success.
It's the new level of success.
Does it suit?
And it suits, actually. It's good. So we'll be looking forward to seeing some selfies of those around town, around the workplace, maybe.
I think my children will like them too.
Thanks so much for being with us today. Well, it was so great hearing from Lisa today. Thanks for joining us.
At TGIM TV, we love to highlight the local Illawarra spirit and spotlight people and businesses that see life through a different perspective. So here with me today, we have Leah from Musker & Elvis. Thanks for joining us today. Musker & Elvis is a local graphic design business. Tell us a little bit about what you do and why you love working for Musker & Elvis.
Basically, I do a little bit of everything, from packaging to logos. I also create personalised gift cards and prints, tattoos. There's definitely a little bit of everything to do with design in there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I followed you on Instagram for a little while. I love your bright designs, but I also love how you balance mum life and also working from home. Let us know what that's like for you.
It can be very difficult at times, but it's definitely rewarding and definitely something that works because I can still do drop-offs and pickups. But I do tend to get up early in the morning, get a few hours done, or when they're asleep. Because during the day I have my 3-year-old, as you know, who needs a lot of attention during the day. And so during the day I kind of work with what I can.
Yeah. And so you get up early, you get your stuff done, and then you get to be mum.
Yes,
awesome.
yes, exactly.
And at the moment, a lot of people are working from home. What would your top tip be for people in the work environment at home?
Oh, definitely to get up and start the day as if you are going to work. Get up, get changed, put your power pants on.
So good.
You can keep the slippers on.
Yeah, love it.
But from the bottom up, get dressed like you're going out for the day.
So let us know, where can we find Musker & Elvis?
On Instagram, it's Musker Elvis. On the web, it's muskerelvis.com, and you can also find me on Facebook.
Great, thanks so much for joining us today,
No, thank
Leah.
you very much for having me.
Thanks for taking the TGIM journey with us today. We have loved celebrating the Illawarra and the local people that see every day with purpose.